watchers, and welcome to another Star Trek review today. Tonight, yeah, earlier on I was watching this earlier on. I haven't watched it just now. I watched it a few hours ago. So I watched this tonight. Insurrection, of course, on 4K. Star Trek Insurrection. Not my favourite Star Trek film. Well, I'll get into that right now. Okay, so plot. Okay, it's a 1998 American science fiction film directed by Jonathan Frakes. It's the 9th film of the series. And the crew of the USS Enterprise rebels against the Starfleet after they discover a conspiracy with a species known as Sons to steal the sonar to steal the peaceful Bucker's planet for its renovating properties. Starring Patrick Stewart, Jonathan Frakes, Brent Spiner, Levin Burton, Michael Dawn, James Gates McFadden, Marina Sirtis, Abraham, Donnie Murphy, Anthony Zerb. I thought it was 1999, but it was 1992. It came out at the same time as Star Wars. Well, I'm sure it was 1999. I'm probably wrong about it. Okay, released in 1998, so it came just before The Phantom Menace came out on. So it was just before them. 103 minutes, a budget of 70 million. Actually, hang on, that's even more budget than the last movie. Wow. Oh, that's weird. And it made box office 117.8 million. So it's made to it back, of course. So plot. Lieutenant Commander Data is temporarily transferred to an undercover mission observing the peaceful Baku people. He suddenly malfunctions and reveals the presence of the Joint Federation Sun Task Force observing the Baku. Admiral Matthew Doherty contracts the Enterprise E to obtain data's schematics for recovery purposes, but adamantly states the Enterprise E presence is unneeded. Captain Jean-Luc Picard ignores orders and takes the Enterprise to recover data. Captain Picard becomes suspicious when Doherty insists that the Enterprise is no longer needed and orders data's malfunction to be investigated. The crew discover that the Baku are technically advanced with warp capabilities. That doesn't really make sense with this stuff because they said that they don't know much about technology. I don't know. I've rejected its use for simpler lives due to unique metamorphosis particles emanating from the planet's rings. The inhabitants are effectively immortal. By contrast, the Federation's allies, the Sonar, are a decrepit race who rely on medical technology to delay death. Excessive cosmetic surgery gives them mummified appearances. The Enterprise crew explores the rejuvenation effects on the planet. Lieutenant Commander Liz Forge can now see without ocular implants. Wolf experiences puberty symptoms. Commander Wheeler White, Riker, and Chancellor Troy rekindle their long-abandoned relationship, and Picard develops a romantic relationship with Angie, a Baku woman. She's actually a very attractive woman, of course. This is not the best. This is like a bit slower Star Trek, but I mean, it does have some action in it, though. Data and Picard discover a submerged and cloaked Federation ship containing a gigantic holodeck that creates the Baku village. Data malfunctions stemmed from a Suns attack and the result of the accidentally discovering the vessel. So I just got up to that part because it's a film that I do enjoy. So yeah, you got to okay. So at the beginning of the film, you see the planet of these people, these villagers. They live on this, like these people living on this planet. Right? You see Data He's been he malfunctions. The Federation are keeping an eye on these people. They don't want to be spotted, of course. They like observing them, like, you know, like they know how to interact with the villagers, because it might, you know, because of the, you know, laws that they've got. But Data is malfunctioning. Takes off it anyway. So he's getting chased right. It takes off his, like, you know, so they're invisible. You see, but when he takes off, he can actually see him. Doherty, he says that, you know, he wants to destroy Data, and Picard's kind of like, well, if I can't, you know, I'll try catching him. If I can't do it, I'll destroy him. So they go after Data, the Enterprise, you know, Picard does. So I like the part where they start going after Data, and Data's like, this part was pretty cool where they start singing on the ship and stuff. I think that's they start singing, and it's kind of a distraction. Him and Worf, they start singing. The Worf's like, then he starts singing. Of course, it's a distraction. Anyway, they end up retrieving Data, and he does not know what's going on. He's like, he's kind of like, so they fix him. He's acting kind of normal again when they're back on the Enterprise. And of course, there's like a conspiracy going. There's like a thing going off with these. For some reason, the Federation wants to remove these people from the planet. Even because, like, this is not the prime directive. It's not how things are going, you know, with the Federation. And of course, later on in the film, they find this like closed ship in this lake, under this lake, and this big lake, and massive, like, you know, lake and stuff like. And it's massive. It's like, it's a great, nice, beautiful place to live. Though it's a great thing. So yeah, and then they'll find this like cloaked ship. It's like a cloaked holiday. It turns out they want to transport the people onto that when they're asleep and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, so you mean it's a really attractive woman who lives with it, you know. And there's like a little bit of a romance between him and Picard and her. And I don't really blame Picard. Of course, he's had some quite attractive women in the past. Turns out the Federation officers have actually colluded with the sonar. I've actually, you know, they actually working with them to actually remove the people from the planet for their own gain. And of course, after that, they kind of like, you know, because Picard hears about this one, he's not happy about it, and it's understandable, because I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute, why is that? All of a sudden, you're going to remove these people, and then, of course, these people are actually. So anyway. So Picard decides not to do it. He says, you know, he rebels against it. He goes, you know what? We're going to help these people instead. And that's what they do. You meet this character called, this leader called, the Sun's leader called Ador. I know the main leader of the, Sun, I won't pronounce the name because I cannot pronounce them. He's the main kind of like villain in it. And, you know, he looks like, he's like sort of surgery. He's like he's got so much bad cosmetic surgery. It looks terrible. It's awful. Over the top, you know, literally. And it turns out these people are actually related to the people on the planet. Spoiler, of course. And that's where the twist kind of comes in from that. And this one was great, though. I like the part where they're all running from the... they're trying to get these people to safety into these caves, right? But they use these, like, flying things. No, first of all, they're using, like... They transport the people onto these, like, on this ship, but then I start using these like flying things to dart the people to transport them. So they end up in the cave. I like this friendship between the kid in it and Data. I think that scene's great. I do like that. I think that was cool with it, because first of all he's scared of him, and then after he starts again, you know. But then Data's like, look, I'm all right now. I'm all right. So Data's great in him. He actually hasn't got his like emotion chip in this. He's like left on the Enterprise. So yeah, I think kind of after the Borg situation, you kind of, you know what, not take it from me now. Colluded with the Federation to transform these people, and then even because kind of like, this is something not right here. Something, it feels a bit fishy about the whole situation. The main leader's great. He's like I said, he's got this weird, like, he's had so much surgery on his face. Especially he starts bleeding, and he's on the Enterprise, he starts bleeding and starts having a bit of a temper. It's like, geez, it was really bad. And then later on in the film, Dr. Crusher finds out she uses this thing to actually see the DNA. It turns out Crusher finds out later on that they're actually related. The people on the the son or whatever they call. They're actually related to the people on the planet. And yeah, so it's an interesting one. You meet this other character. I think he's the brother of the main leader. He helps him out. He helps Picard later on because he knows something's not quite right. No, because he knows that this isn't right. All this is because he's actually related to the people on the planet. And I like the part where on the ship, they're on this ship, right? So somehow this is what they do. This is clever. Somehow they get the guy on the son or son, whatever we call it. He helps them out, right? Of course, they get data to attack the ship so that they lower the shields a bit, so they can do a double transport. So they transport the leader, not all his men, onto the ship, onto the holodeck, and it looks just the same. So they kind of what? Don't know what the hell that was. So it looks just the same. And they're seeing what happens on the screen and what was supposed to happen, and of course they find out afterwards that they're actually on the holodeck because it's like a bit of a problem with this holodeck. It's a bit of a flaw in the system because you bit of a flaw in it. So yeah, I like Worf in it. He's great. I like the part where he's got his thing on his nose. Like it looks like a bit of a zit or something. It's like it's because of the planet's thing and what the planet's got. Because of the planet, it's like his hair starts growing longer. He starts. It has a kind of effect on some people in the film. And yeah, I like the forge where he actually starts to see. I think that was good. It has a bit of acting. Shows a bit of shows more emotion in this. So the Forge can see now properly, but then after that they kind of what, I can't let my sight affect my judgment affect these people. So he helps out the Picard and stuff like that. So they're not wearing the uniforms and they just go out and try to save the people on the planet. And I think that's great. I mean, Patrick Stewart's great in this. I think he's wonderful. He's always great in these films. I think he's just great in these films. The main villain himself, the leader, I can't pronounce his name, but he's great. He's like, especially the part where he has a fight with the Starfleet officer, the guy who working on the son or what you call him, and he kills him by putting him on that facelift thing and machine. It's like, oh man, that's nasty. The film it does have some nasty moments in it for PG. It's rated PG. It's got some nasty moments, especially when you see the guy's skin. And he's put his skin on. It looks nasty. I think once this is rated PG, it's a bit nasty. I like the part where there's like a space battle and they use the gas. The Enterprise getting attacked around. They use the gas in around where they are, and they use it on the end for the finger to blow up one of this. And that scene was cool. Actually, I did like that. The Riker maneuver? I think that scene was cool. And he has this like joystick feeling. It looks a bit weird. It looks a bit at the time it looks a bit weird. You're watching that, it looks a bit weird using like a joystick to guide the ship. I'm like, why do you need a joystick for? Yeah, there's a thing in this. There's this thing that they use it's called the collector. Sorry, and that's the part where after the man, I can't even explain what they do. Certain parts I'm just like, okay. So anyway, so I like the part where after when they transport the villains, the people who are trying to freaking get these people off the planet onto the holodeck. I like the part where he's on the collector, this thing called the collector one, and he's using that for. I can't remember even what he's using that for. Anyway, so it's just I think it's to collect the gas, stuff like that. So he uses. So anyway, Picard beams on with he beams onto the collectors, and Picard he beams onto, and it's like. So anyway, Picard uses the self-destruct thing on it to sets the self-destruct on it, and I like the part where the Enterprise is like flying beside it, right? And it's like the thing is exploding, and Picard sets it. Some of the effects in this film are pretty good. I know they use like more CGI in this, instead of using models, you use CGI. But the effects look pretty good though. You wouldn't even notice, to be honest, some of the effects. I like the part where he's transporting the old plate, the thing exploded, they just leave him behind. He just gets blown up, and it's so cool. The film's good actually. They put this guy as miserable actually because he doesn't look happy guy, And yeah, the last part was really good actually, really good. I like this movie though. It's not one of the best Starship movies I've ever seen, but I do like. The storyline is not bad. It's not the great. It's not the strongest storyline. It's not my favourite. But I like it though. I do genuinely like these films. I like this one. I like the visual effects, I like the action scenes, I like the performances. I like the music too. It's got a good sound. It's got a good theme to it, a good soundtrack. And it's a good movie, I'd say. Yeah. So yeah, good film there. Really enjoyed it. Not my favourite Star Trek movie. It would have to go down the list here to be my favourites. It's definitely not as good as Generation. It's not as good as like First Contact. But yeah. But I liked what the last part was good with the explosions, action. Yeah, good film though. Good film. Last part was good, especially when the kid playing with Data at the end. I thought that was good, and the kids are like, make sure you have a lot of fun. I think that was good. Good sense of humour. And I like the fact that Riker's got a no. He has a shave this time, so I don't know. I think it suits him better with a beard. So yeah, good film though. Last part was good. Good villain. Good. So okay, what I didn't like about it. Okay, let's just get to what I didn't like. Slower film. It has slow moments. Like I did nod off for certain parts. Cause I was like, I know there's reasons why, but it didn't help. Yeah, it has slow moments. I think okay, that's a bit too slow. That was certain parts is really slow in this film. That's the negative part. What else? Not as good as villain. You know, where you got the Bug and Khan and characters like this, but the guy in it still does a really good job as the villain. Yeah, it's good. Decent villain. Not the strongest villain ever, but decent villains. Some good actors on this. And of course, yeah. So what I liked about it, I like the theme. The music's good. The action scene's good. Performances are good. Some of the characters are really good. I like the Enterprise E. The visual effects are good. Like I said, the theme tune is really good. And I like the humour in it. That's some good fun, especially when they have to get data and they have to rescue and stuff like that. Try capturing them and stuff like that, which isn't easy. But yeah, good film. So good effects, good action scenes, good finale too. So yeah, the rating I want to give Star Trek Insurrection, I was going to give it 3.5, but I'll give it a 4 out of 5 because I liked it a bit more. Not the best Star Trek movie, but it's a Star Trek film I'd watch again. And so Star Trek Insurrection gets a 4 out of 5. So yeah. So if people want to go off now for a bit, remember to subscribe to my channel. Remember to see me other videos like this, whatever. So remember to subscribe to my channel. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. Make it so, and thank you for watching. And have a nice day, and hit that like button and make it so.